We're starting this video with an exercise almost nobody does, wall-supported toe lifts. And the reason is simple. Most people only train the calves on the back of the leg, but right in the front. Along the shin, a crucial muscle is asleep in many people. The tibialis anterior. This muscle becomes extremely important, especially after 60. It lifts the front of your foot, it stabilizes the ankle, and it prevents you from tripping while walking. When the tibialis is weak, the foot drags along the ground. Steps become unstable, and the legs get tired much faster. That is why physiotherapists consider it one of the most underrated muscles for a secure and stable gait. Stand with your back against a wall. Keep your heels firmly on the floor, and your legs straight but relaxed. Now slowly lift your toes and forefoot upward, as far as it feels comfortable. Hold the position briefly. And lower the foot back down with control. Important. No cheating, no leaning back, no bending the knees. The movement should come only from the shin muscle. You should feel a warm pull along the tibialis. That is exactly what we want. Almost nobody trains this muscle, even though it controls a movement we rely on every day. Lifting the foot before it touches the ground. Studies show that a weak tibialis increases the risk of tripping and unstable walking in older adults. If you train this movement regularly, you activate a muscle that often has not been working properly for years, and that is what makes the difference. Lighter steps, better stability, and a safer feeling while walking. Now let's move on to the second exercise. Foot arch activation, also known as the short foot exercise. Experts call it the forgotten foundation because it works exactly where everything begins, in the foot itself. Few people know that the foot uses more than 30 small muscles to stabilize every single step. These tiny muscles support the arch, they control balance, and they determine how securely we plant our feet. And the impressive part is this: one exercise activates almost all of them. Stand barefoot. Your feet are hip-width apart, and your toes are relaxed on the ground. Here comes the key movement. Try to gently lift your foot arch without curling your toes and without tilting your entire foot. Imagine you want to pull the middle of your foot slightly away from the floor, only a few millimeters. Hold the tension for 3 seconds, then relax. Do this slowly, with control, for 10 to 15 repetitions. When you feel it properly, the entire short foot musculature activates. These are the exact muscles we barely use in everyday life, even though they stabilize every step we take. Many seniors lose strength in the foot arch over the years. Modern shoes, insoles, and hard floors barely challenge these small muscles. The result is simple. The arch collapses, balance becomes unsteady, and the impact travels straight into the knees and hips. This exercise wakes up the deepest muscle layers in the foot. Muscles that are almost never trained, yet have a massive influence on how securely you stand, how stable you walk, and how relaxed your knees and hips feel. If you practice this movement daily, you will notice within a few days that your stance becomes calmer, and the foot works more actively again while walking. Now let's move to the third exercise. Heel rotations. This movement looks simple, but it targets one of the most forgotten areas in the entire leg. The lateral stabilizers are on the ankle, especially the peroneus longus and the peroneus brevis. These muscles determine how your foot reacts on uneven ground, how it reacts when you take a wrong step, and how it reacts when the foot rolls slightly to the side while walking. When these muscles are weak, here is what happens. You twist your ankle more easily, your balance becomes less secure, and each step feels unstable, especially after 60. Stand upright and shift your weight slightly onto your heels. The toes should barely touch the floor, or be fully off it. Now slowly rotate the forefoot left and right, while keeping the heels stable and preventing them from tipping. Focus on 3 things. The movement comes from the ankle, not from the hip. Rotate only as far as you can stay in control. And the motion should be slow, not jerky. If you are doing it correctly, you will feel a light activation along the outer side of your lower leg. That is exactly where the muscles run that protect your ankle from rolling inward. This area is almost never trained. Not while walking. Not on stairs. not even in the gym. Yet these small lateral muscles decide whether your steps stay stable, whether the foot rolls smoothly, and whether the ankle can absorb stress. Studies show that people over 60 with weak peroneus muscles stumble more often, slip sideways more easily, and fatigue faster. The body is constantly trying to correct instability. With this one movement, you train exactly the muscular control that keeps every step secure. If these 3 exercises helped you, make sure you stay consistent. Here on the channel, new videos come out every week, all designed for stronger legs, better stability, and a safer gait after 60. Subscribe so you do not miss anything. There is a lot of valuable content coming your way.